Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous. We're going out to Jameson crash site, but first we're going to go by Ray Gateway because we need to move some material around or we wouldn't be able to collect any at Ray Gateway. So we're at Dav's Hope, so we're just going to run over to Ray Gateway, move some that merit material around. Sit down. We made a couple of videos here at Dav's Hope, so you can watch those. And I've been working on No Man's Sky, trying to learn it. I think I'm about there. I think I've done most of what can be done and can make about unlimited credits and make about unlimited nanites is the two things that you need the most of, and I have found tricks, or people have shared tricks with me that you can do those things. Sis left. Sis left. So you need to watch my No Man's Sky videos. That's a pretty good game. I really like it. It's kind of addicting though. Kind of draws you in and doesn't want to let you go. We have 3 jumps, so we need to get started. Sis gear. Sis landing. Yeah, still got mass lock. Okay, now we go. Because the planet's usually behind, our destination's usually behind the planet, we have to a lot of times go into Super Cruise first and wait for the planet to get out of the way. It's about 90% of the time. It's kind of weird. It's a coincidence like that. Yeah, it wouldn't be that obstacle course mentality that this game's got, where everything's an obstacle course. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry I haven't been able to put more Elite Dangerous videos together. With my day job and with No Man's Sky, there's not much time left. And we have potential interdictors. It's coming around. But with No Man's Sky, I think I'm starting to get to the point where things are making sense. So I might not have to spend as much time trying to figure it out because it's starting to come around. So watch those videos. Very interesting. See, if we went out to Jameson crash site right now, we wouldn't be able to load anything. Or not much. So we need to go over to Ray Gateway, which is an Encoded. glance at my notes. Yep. We're going to the right place. I'd hate to get there and figure out that we went to the wrong place. So I wanted to check. Yep, all's good. Well, I'm looking forward to the fleet carrier update to live. That should be coming up pretty soon. And I'll be there. I'll be there to purchase one. You betcha. Let's get away from that sun. That's not a good thing. Sis left. Yeah, I don't like to go straight up the shipping lane. I like to move out to the side and then turn into it. But I like that we have two games again. We had Ultimate Fishing Simulator for a while, and I've kind of finished all the videos I could do there. So then it was just Elite Dangerous for a while. As you can see on that bottom radar, I like to push everything either in front of us or to the side of us as much as possible. It's easier to see intent. Yeah, I'm not much of a combat pilot in Elite Dangerous, but in No Man's Sky it seemed to work. I've got like 5 or 6 kills in against NPCs and ships. But it's much simpler. Or it seems to be much simpler. Yeah, No Man's Sky is much more forgiving. You can pretty much fly right through an asteroid without it blowing you up on the first time. The shields will usually hold. It'll blow up the asteroid, your shields will. But it does take from the shields a little bit. But you can keep boosting your shields and the rest of your capabilities there. Sis left. If he would. If you would, look down to the lower right hand corner of the video and press that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. You get notified when I create more of these videos, and eventually it'll help me out with YouTube. And underneath the video in the description, you'll see ways to donate. We need to update or add more hard drives to our backup storage server, and our finances are just not going to allow it right now. So we need some help. And underneath the video to the left, you'll find our YouTube channel page with over 630, probably much more than that, videos. And so watch more of our videos on our YouTube channel. Is this right? Yeah, we don't even have anything in our storage. Nothing. In No Man's Sky, you can store stuff on your person, like we do materials here, and they can't scan your materials. So you can transfer them from your ship to your it's kind of like a backpack, and they can't be scanned. What I understand is they can't be scanned. I don't know that for an absolute fact. I've just been told that. So just make sure everything is good. Go down to Contacts, Material Trader, and this is the Encoded Material Trader. And we just want to make sure, well, there's two in particular materials we have to check on, but I just kind of make sure that they're equal across these two. These are maxed out, or this one's almost maxed out, and this one is maxed out. So what we like to do is find, say, something like this one that's way down. And we just move it. It's more efficient if you're moving along a certain row, but when we go to Jameson, it fills these two up, and then we populate all the others with it when we need it. Yeah, that technology broker. For the Guardian stuff, I have some of the Guardian stuff. Well, I have the FSD booster. Is the only one that I have that I really care about. But if we went, for an example, if we went to outfitting and we went to optional and we went to number 5 is the highest for this Guardian FSD booster, and then we say browse, yeah, they don't have it on there. Well, we have it unlocked, so we can buy as many of the Guardian frameshift drive boosters as we want. Watch my Guardian Surface Site video. Tell you how to do that. We're fueled up. We moved materials around. Well, I didn't check all the ones underneath it though. And like that one's 123. Okay, that's better. I like that better. Now we need to get over to Jameson crash site. Sys left. That one. And that's 3 jumps. We've used up so much of our materials with the 3 additional cutters and the 3 additional pythons and the 2 fighter ships. And modding them, all the major mods that we needed. We still need to take the fleet carrier and go around to all the engineers and make sure they're all maxed out. We'll do that after the fleet carriers show up and we gather some more materials. After this video, we'll try to do a cargo missions run.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
And that discovery scanner, I would suggest you do that. I've maxed out my explorer ranking to elite, but you need to press that as much as possible. I try to remember for the viewer's sake, because you guys need to do it if you don't have elite status in explorer. It will help you with that. You get paid from the Universal Cartographics, and the fleet carriers now have Universal Cartographics on them, or can, if you add that service. And on my fleet carrier I do add that service. I add all of them but the black market services. Let the ship cool down a little bit, get away from the star. Press that discover scanner while we're charging up to hyperspace into the system with Jameson crash site. Yeah, I used to could do up to 6 videos a day, and that has really cut back with my job, and now with No Man's Sky it's even worse. Trying to learn No Man's Sky, and it's just eating up so much time, and it's addicting too. Sys left. Points of interest is picked. There it is. It finally came up. We just had to get a little bit closer. And we're just going to try to max out those two materials that I showed you that we moved the materials over to that other set. And get ready to slow down. And since we're going to a specific point where the Jameson crash site is located, it's saying it's on the other side of the planet. Can't pick if it's going to be the sunny side up or not, which it's hardly ever. I've never been to Jameson's crash site when it was sunny. It might be extreme evening, but not sunny. And this is one of those grind things too, where we go to Jameson and we just scan those data points over and over and over until we start filling them up. And we relog. We go back to the main menu. We come back. And we do it again and again and again to get more of the encoded materials. Yeah, I want it to be a little bit steeper than that because it'll come out of Super Cruise too early, and then when we get a glide it comes out too early. It's going to be dark, unfortunately. It's this night, so we have to use night vision. See if it'll take us mainly or closer in. If not, we have to boost. And we're always hoping we don't have to boost as much. Yeah, we're at the boost a little bit, but it's not bad. Could have been much worse. And we don't have to get real close because we're going to be taking the SRVs to the site. Sys landing. Sys landing. Sys alternate. And then we start our descent, but we got to watch how fast we descend, or we'll land hard. It's hard to find a spot. You just have to kind of keep moving until that red turns blue. Kind of on the side of a hill. And then we'll move toward if we can find a spot. But this is pretty normal. You just have to keep moving until they find something. We'll go straight for a little while, and if we get too close to this crash site, then we'll go sideways and just looking for something. If we get lucky, we'll start moving over. And not get too close to the ground while we're moving. Usually on this right hand side forward, there's usually some spots over there. And there's a lot of times I have to park away and, oop, there's one. Let's stop. See if we can find that spot again. It's kind of hard because we were going forward and sideways. The spots are so small, even if you find one, going back and trying to find it, not so easy. Let's see if we can get into this one. It's like finding a parking place at the mall. It's not so easy. Sit down. Sys full. Sys alternate. Nope. There's no alternate on the SRV. That's what I get for playing two different games. The controllers get me confused. And I have a little spot that I try to get into. Oops, we're on the other on the wrong side. Gonna come down here. There's a spot I try to get into where I can hit all 4 data points at the same time, just with the turret. right in here. Yeah, it's not going to let us, our ship's too close. That could be a problem. Sys ship. Sys ship. We gotta get rid of the ship, or we can push. We can raise the turrets. Okay, now we can do it. Didn't have any choice. We get this spot because then we can get point 1, point 2. And when you first come out, you can try the ship. There's, yeah, it says it's already been logged. It's probably like once a month that you can do the ship. And we've been out here since. And then that was 3, and this one's 4. And we're staying in one spot. We're just on top with the turret camera. Then we log out to the main menu, and we come back, and you can scan all 4 again. You just keep doing it until it says we've run out of space. Yeah, that command turns off my lights and turns on night vision in one command. And you could pick up those cargo units if you wanted to, and every time you relog, they'll be back there, and you pick up them again. Your SRV can only carry 2 at a time, and you'd have to keep taking them back to the ship, but you would fill up your ship that way. And see, it's those adaptive encryption capture and archives is the 2 main ones that we're loading. You'll get a few stragglers of some of the others. Yeah, I'm going to do that one first. Yep, we're just trying to fill those up. It's kind of boring, but the only way you're going to get them, and the best way to going to get them. I mean, you can hunt far and wide, but you're not going to collect them as fast as you're going to collect them here. Oops, I'm already finished with that. See, the grind is bad enough. So, hey, I'm for the easy way. So, find the easiest way to collect this stuff and do that. So you can accomplish the goal that you're trying to get to. Where engineer mod everything. It helps in your survival. Starting to fill them up. And that's usually where I quit, when we start to fill them up. So we're going to head back toward Sothis and run some cargo missions to collect some more credits. Sis, ship. Sis, ship. How many times do you have to tell it? And there's a, it's like there's two of them. And the first one's filling up. So the encryption archives hasn't filled up yet. But it's getting closer. By the time the ship gets here and we load up a few more, it'll be a little bit closer. And there she is. That's not too bad. And get stuck on those rocks, so we just boost up a little bit, then we go. That's usually all you can stand. If you could, well, you almost have to go back to the material trader and move them around and then come back and go back to the material trader and just doing it over and over and over again. It's a grind. But we'll go back to Sothis from here and grab the python. Sit down. And there it are Cisnite. And in Ceos there is Brunel, which is the Encoded, and I believe the manufacturers there in Sothis, that first small station in Sothis. Cis landing. Cis alternate. Cis alternate. Need to be in standard. Cis left. Got our galaxy map. And we're going to Sothis. So we'll get there and then we'll pick that first. Oh, we got to go to New Home is where we have to actually go in Sothis. Okay. Let it charge up and then we'll move toward it. Well, I do appreciate you coming along on this material gathering expedition. When we went to Dav's Hope and we collected a couple of videos worth of manufactured materials. And we'll watch our fuel. Says left. We got 8 more jumps. Probably will have to fuel scoop at some point. So we'll look for an opportunity to fuel scoop. Says night. And not every star lets you fuel scoop, so we just kind of have to see if it'll kick in or not. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to kick in. Don't want it to get too hot. Yeah, we'll try the next one. That throttle wants to stick, of course, because it's broken. Yeah, people don't, few don't like for me to say it's broken. Well, it is broken. The throttle is broken in Super Cruise. Spend 200 million credits on a ship and the throttle sticks in Super Cruise. Really? So how many customers like American Airlines would put up with from Boeing throttle sticking on their aircraft? How many would put up with that, huh? Tell me. I'm sure the Boeing apologists are going, well, the pilot must be doing something wrong. Yeah, it's always your fault because something's broken. Oh. And it's nothing I'm doing wrong in Super Cruise for the throttle to stick. It's because it doesn't work right. Is why it sticks. It's a manufactured default. Or defect, excuse me, not default. Yeah, it's a default too. That's a defect. It's a defected default. Or a defaulted defect. and that message critical message. Critical mission message. It's one of those things while you're looking at the missions, and it kicks you out and throws you up to the top. Yeah, that's a defect too. That's broken. Yeah, I'm pretty opinionated, especially when it comes to broken stuff. Yeah, I don't have much sympathy for all this broken stuff. And so far in No Man's Sky, I don't see as much of that broken stuff as I see in Elite Dangerous. I mean, No Man's Sky, the makers, I think it's Hello Gaming or something. They seem to listen to their players, and they fix stuff that's broken. Elite Dangerous will just tell you, oh, it's working as intended. It's intended to be broken? Oh, it's the only company I've ever met that intends to have stuff broken. That doesn't listen to their players. Yeah, when the fleet carrier, when they made changes because of people complaining, I was in shock. You mean Frontier would actually listen to their players? No way. They never listen to their players. Could that be why Elite Dangerous is ranked 73rd in games in the ranking when No Man's Sky is ranked 15? I wonder why. It has to do a little bit with that listening to your customers. So, yeah, it makes sense, don't it? I mean, I'm not gonna lie for them. I don't praise them in the reviews. I say there's broken stuff. They need to fix it. I put in my review that I believe it can be the best game ever if they would just fix the stuff that's broken. But they only want to listen to their apologists that say nothing's wrong, everything's great. I don't know why you're only ranked 73. Well, they're not doing themselves a favor. They need to listen to those that complain to see why do they complain. And could there actually be a reason that some people complain about certain things, like 7 interdictions in one Super Cruise run? So, yep, I'm opinionated. And I'll tell you about it too. I'll tell you about the good, the bad, and the very ugly. But I do think that Hello Gaming, that does No Man's Sky, does a better job management than Elite Frontier does with Elite Dangerous. I think Hello Gaming just manages their company better. When you listen to your customers, ding, 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 you know, the bell should go off. That things are going to go better for you. I mean, just watch the forums. You find out what people are complaining about. And the complaints most of them have are the same complaints that I have, so, okay. There must be something there. Are there some really good parts of the game? Oh yeah, there is. That's why I'm saying it could be one of the greatest games ever if they would just fix the stuff that people are complaining about. And that's why we complain, because we want the game to be better. We want it to be like No Man's Sky, that already has space legs, landing on planetary bases and landing on planets with atmospheres. Oh, I don't know where I'm going. Is this left? Can't go there. We can go to... We need to go to New Home. New Home Station. That's where we want to go. How about that? How about we go there? That's where all of our other ships are. We're going to pick up the Python and we're going to go out to Sothis. But it's not just me. Some of the YouTubers that I really respect, they have some of the same complaints. And they're not apologists either. Because we want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. That's what we want. We don't want to sugarcoat stuff that tastes bad. So, that's bitter. I mean, there's some bitter spots in this game, and we don't want sugar put on it. We want them to fix it. Get rid of the bitter and replace it with sugar. Well, again, I appreciate you coming along. I hope you'll press that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, but you get notified when I produce more videos, and eventually it'll help me with YouTube. And underneath the video in the description, you'll find ways to donate. It's been a very trying year, and we need hard drives for our backup storage server that we store all these videos on. And no amount's too small, and we show ways in the description that we can accept donations. And underneath the video to the left, you'll see our YouTube channel, GFM_RDG, where you'll find over 730, probably a whole lot more than that already. I haven't counted them in a few weeks. Sis left. And there's an About tab on our channel that has an email address in it. So you can contact us. Well, the next video that we do for Elite Dangerous will be missions. We'll run some cargo missions. How we made 99.9% of all our credits and all our assets, like this cutter, were paid for by running cargo missions from Sothis Mining into Cios. I really like the cutter, except for when there's high interdictions, like there will be in the cargo missions. Plus, you can't land a cutter at Sothis Mining Station. Only up to a medium, which is the Python. But I appreciate you watching. I appreciate every subscriber and every person that views hours and hours of our videos, because it's amazing. We have about 1,000 hours watched of our videos, and it amazes me all the time. I don't have a radio video voice, and you keep coming along, so I really appreciate it. I don't take that for granted. So until the next video, thank you for watching.